Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ IAS English channel. My name is Shubham Sagar. Yesterday, UPSC Pre 2025 happened and around 16 questions came from history, art and culture. So we'll not waste any time. We'll not waste time on pomp and show that, I have done this and that and I taught this and so many questions came. I will just give you the proof. We will see the question, we will see the proof. I will tell you where I have taught this particular thing, which particular lecture, which slide number, everything. So this is question number 21 and the set which we are using here is set B. UPSC Pre 2025 Set B. Question number 24, this was the question. Consider the following statement about Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He possessed great love and respect for, just give me a second, my phone itself is making sound. Great love and respect for traditional philosophical system of the East. He desired his countrymen to accept the rational and scientific approach and principles of human dignity and social equality of all men and women. Both the statements are correct. The answer is C. Now, where have I taught this particular thing? Let's go to the stuff. This is lecture 34. All these lectures are free lectures. This is YT lecture. It is not a paid lecture. So when we are talking about the social religious reform movement, this thing we have done in two parts. So we have talked about Raja Ram Mohan Roy a lot. We have talked about his philosophy. Generally what happens when people talk about Raja Ram Mohan Roy, and these are the slides from that particular lecture. You can go to that lecture, you can read or listen to that lecture. Anglicist versus Orientalist debate, all these things we have discussed. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, people keep him in the bracket of Anglicist. So people feel like he was not very happy with the philosophy of Vedanta. He is a reformist. We have also discussed reformist versus revivalist. Reformist means he wants the best of both worlds. He is not criticizing or he is not saying that everything which is given in Vedanta is bad. See here, he believed that philosophy of Vedanta was based on principle of reason. But he said that certain interpretations were wrong, certain things are wrong. We can adapt we can do the best of both worlds. And we can mix and match the best of both worlds. Unlike revivalism, where we talk about Arya Samaj, which talked about go back to the Vedas. Dayanand Saraswati, Arya Samaj, 1875. So we have talked about all these things in not only lecture 34, but even lecture 35. This is Prelims crash course. This is freely available on YouTube. If you go and, check the live section, I think there you will see it. If you just track my Shubham Sagar videos or crash course video, there you can find it. Free lectures available on YouTube. Raja Ram Mohan Roy wrote Gift. You can read all the things which is written here. And we have talked about Raja Ram Mohan Roy, sir, his philosophy, what he talked about, what is reformist, who are revivalist, and he criticized, he played a crucial role in abolition of sati. So according to him, it was a sin. So this was first question. Let's go one by one. Let's see the question. Let's see the source so that you can understand from where we have discussed. And again, in the chat box, you can write whatever you want to write. This is question number 22 related to non-cooperation program. Lots of questions have been asked on non-cooperation and civil disobedience movement. So see this. I will show you the source. Boycott of law courts, observance of strict non-violence, retention of titles and honors, establishment of panchayats. Boycott of law courts, yes. Observance of strict non-violence, yes. This was the time when Gandhiji was very particular about non-violence. Chauri Chaura happened, non-cooperation movement called off. Retention of titles and honors, wrong. No, abolition of titles, you have to give away your titles. I will show you the source. Establishment of panchayat, correct. Answer is only three statements are correct. Cool. You can see here, answer is C. Let me show you the source. Now this I have taught in the paid lectures because we have YT, YouTube, we have paid also. NCM 1920 to 22, this is some excerpt from the paid lecture and see this. This is the part, and it's not like I have taught it. Anybody who will teach non-cooperation movement, they will talk about these programs. And there was one particular thing related to titles and honors. Have a look at it. Surrender of titles and honors. If you go back to the question, they are not talking about surrenders of titles and honors. They are talking about, see this, retention of titles and honors. If you just eliminate third, rest three are general statement, they are correct. All these three statements are given here as well, if you look at it. So this is a basic question. I have taught it. It's not like I have taught it. Anybody who is a serious faculty should be teaching these things. These are the basic attributes of non-cooperation movement. Cool, sir. Let's see some more questions and their sources. Question number 20. Now, this is a very interesting question. I will tell you why this is very interesting. Because the answer of this question is a large wheel with earthen pots tied to the outer wheels. That's fine. That's totally fine. The answer is B. B is the answer of that question. Let me show you. So, irrigation wheel, answer is B. Now, some days back, I took this 10-year PYQ history marathon. And when I was taking this particular history marathon, so there were some students who were like, sir, everybody does PYQ. If you had done PYQ diligently, this is a question, 2016 question, which I had discussed in this marathon. Same exact question on Araghatta they have asked. Water wheel used in the irrigation of land. This is Araghatta. 2016 question repeated by UPSC in 2025, discussed by me, I think 5 or 6 days back. You can go and you can watch it. And we had this discussion. This is Araghatta, one form of Araghatta. Again, all these slides are there in that particular lecture. Cool. Let's move on. This question, who among the following rulers in ancient India had assumed the title Mattavilasa, Vichitrachita, or, and this is actually tongue twister, and Gunabhara. Now, this is a question which is a tricky question. This is, I agree. We have discussed about, answer is Mahendra Varman 1. We have discussed about Mahendra Varman 1, but we have not assumed these titles. So, again, if you're making this, or if you're doing this particular question wrong, it's fine. No issues. But if you again go back to lecture 12, this is again complete crash course available on YouTube, and lecture 12 temple architecture part 2, and there when we were talking about Pallava rulers, we have talked about Mahendra Varman, how even during the rule of Mahendra Varman there was somewhat tripartite struggle. Generally we associate tripartite struggle with Pala Pratiharas and Rashtrakutas, but here also in 600 there was a tripartite struggle which was going on between Pallavas, and then you have a Chalukya king Pulakesin II, and then Harsha. So if you take Pallava here, Chalukyas, and then Harshvardhana, all these three were contemporaries. So Mahendra Varman I, he was defeated by Chalukya ruler Pulakesin II. Let me just write P2, Pulakesin II. Pulakesin II also defeated Harsha. Then after Mahendra Varman came his son Narsim Varman, who defeated Chalukya ruler Pulakesin II. All these discussions we had in that lecture 12, although explicitly I have not mentioned those titles. So even if you're getting that particular question wrong, even if you're skipping that question, it's totally fine. It's not like if one question will be do or die for you. But yes, we have talked about these rulers. That's actually a good question. Now this question, anybody, I reiterate, not only me, anyone who teaches history, who teaches travelers, they must have taught this. Fahian, the Chinese pilgrim, traveled to India during the reign of, the answer is Chandragupta II. So again, where have I taught it? If I have taught it, let's go to again YouTube. Lecture 6, Gupta period. And this is the slide. Chandragupta II, Chinese Buddhist pilgrim Fahian visited India during his reign. Again, the lecture is freely available on YouTube on our channels, that is StudyIQ IAS English. You can have a look at it. Cool, sir. Let's move on. I will also show you some, like we will also have a discussion related to cutoff. What do you think will be the cutoff, or according to you is the cutoff? Plus some students have sent me their marks, how much they are getting, and then we'll try to discuss the cutoff. Question number 26. Srivijaya, a powerful maritime state which ruled again, who led a successful military campaign. See, like I will tell you, when I talk about Sangam age, again in crash course we have discussed Sangam age, we talk about Chola Chera Pandyas. So those are early Cholas. Then in medieval period, that is early medieval period, you have imperial Cholas. Imperial Cholas. You talk about imperial Cholas, and whenever you talk about early Cholas, you discuss about imperial Cholas, and you talk about how, you know, they conquered Southeast Asian region, they carried Indian culture to Southeast Asia, and sometimes people talk about how even like we are not discussing about Cholas enough, how South Indian history is ignored. So this is a question you could have guessed via that particular discussion which we had earlier related to Cholas. Although you may feel like, sir, you know, other options are also tricky, but you could have taken a chance here in this. There was also a movie, Ponniyin Selvan, I think, Aishwarya Rai movie, which has been made on this. So this question, by deduction method, you could have solved it. We had a discussion about this in the class. If you go and read my Sangam lecture, which is again available on free crash course. We have talked about Amogh Varsha. He is Ashoka of the south. Roshni se bhare bhare, bhare bhare naina tere. That means your eyes are filled with light. That is a movie song from Ashoka movie. So Amogh Varsha, Rajendra I Chola, that is the answer. You can get confused, but if you have attended my lectures, even the free lectures on YouTube, the crash course on YouTube, you could have and you should have attempted this question. Rajendra I Chola. Cool. This question, Mahajanapadas question. Ashmaka, Kamboja, Avanti, Kaushal, on which rivers they are located? Ashmaka, they are located on Godavari. I will show you the source. I will tell you where I have taught this particular thing. Kamboja, not located on Vipas. Vipas is Beas river, so you can eliminate it. Avanti, not Mahanadi, Vetravati river, which is currently known as Betwa river. Be with me, I will show you the source. Kaushal, yes, Saryu River. It divides Kaushal into two parts, North Kaushal and South Kaushal. Now let me show you the source. Two only, two pairs are correct. Only two is the answer. Now, lecture 4, Mahajanapadas and Mauryan Empire, Free Prelims 2025 crash course. Lecture 4. Lecture 4. Here what I had done was, I just showed you the 16 Mahajanapadas mentioned in Angutar Nikaya. 16 Mahajanapadas mentioned in Angutar Nikaya, and we have gone one by one. Ashika, Ashmaka Mahajanpad. See here. It was located in Dakshin Path. Ashika, again, you can have a look at it. Ashika were located on the banks of river Godavari. Directly taken, like you can go to that lecture, you will see this. Located on banks of river Godavari. That's what question was asking. Okay. What next? Avanti Mahajanpad, divided by river Vetravati Betua, and the option which was given by UPSC was wrong. We have discussed this. Then Kaushal, Saryu River divides Kaushal into two parts. That's what question asked. Again, we have covered it. See, the point is, I keep on telling people, it's not about me. It's not about StudyIQ IAS English. It's not about StudyIQ IAS. It's about trusting your, from wherever you are studying. If you're studying from us, trust us and revise the same thing multiple number of times. Now, this is the question which nobody can claim. No institution can claim. No one can claim that they have taught it. If they have taught it, hats off to them. This is one of the most factual question which was given by UPSC. First, Gandhar Mahavidyalaya, where it was set up. Answer is Lahore. Lagdi Lahore diya, Kudiyan Lahore diya. So D. I'm not taking any claim, any credit for this question. I have nothing to do with this question. Let's move on. If you're getting this question wrong, if you're skipping this question, that's totally fine. See this question. Now again, if anybody is teaching you about Mauryan inscription, they will be teaching you about Pradeshika, Rajuka, Yukta. I will show you the source. And they are officers at the district level administration. Where have I taught it? What is the source for it? Again, let's go back. Free Prelims 2025 crash course, lecture number 4, Mahajanapadas and Mauryan Empire. In fact, here in the Mauryan Empire only, you have these Pradeshikas, these, see here, districts were under the charge of Pradeshikas whose positions and functions are similar to those of a modern district collector. If we go back again, let's go back. This was the question, Pradeshikas, Rajukas and Yuktas, and this is the source, lecture 4. So, even if you have just gone through that particular lecture, lecture 4 Mahajanapadas, multiple questions have come from that particular lecture of ours. Districts, Pradeshikas, district officer. Please, 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 sir and ma'am, trust your source from wherever you are studying and revise it. Again, another question on non-cooperation movement. Congress declared the attainment of Swaraj. It was to be implemented in stages with civil disobedience. And again, you can see it. General statement, both these statements are correct. Where have I taught it? Again, anybody who teaches NCM diligently, they would have taught you this particular thing. It's not a rocket science here. So now, again, this I taught in paid classes. So this is one of the slides from paid classes, non-cooperation in Khilafat movement. And there also, there are things like you can see here, Gandhiji was like, if we follow NCM diligently, we will get Swaraj within a year. And then just before Chauri Chaura incident happened, they passed a resolution on civil disobedience. But that could not happen because Chauri Chaura happened and Gandhiji was very strict about violent stuff. So programs of non-cooperation movement, it included civil disobedience. You will see here, there are observe strict non-violence, and then I will show you the civil disobedience part. Congress session at Ahmedabad decided to launch, decided to launch civil disobedience. But before that could happen, Chauri Chaura happened, and that's why it was called off. So again, a question, it's even if you don't have these sources, you could have solved that question. That was not a rocket science. Good evening, Newsy. All you wish is on the way. Good evening, everyone. Let's continue the discussion. Sedition has become my religion was the famous statement given by Gandhiji at the time of. Now, this is a question from civil disobedience movement. We had a detailed discussion on civil disobedience movement. March 12, 1930, Dandi March started. It ended at like April 6. Dandi March. So Dandi March here, please understand one thing. Your source is not Dandi. Dandi is the destination. Source is Sabarmati to Dandi. So when Gandhi, and this whole thing, Dandi March started on March 12, 1930. Ended on April 6, 1930. 24 days. In many exams, they have asked the duration. And when Gandhiji reached Dandi on April 6, 1930, he said this sedition has become my religion. People know sedition has become my religion was stated by Gandhiji. When was the question? And again, I will just show you one certain stuff. See, this is again taught by me in the paid class, Civil Disobedience Movement. And there, even before launching this whole thing, Gandhiji, March 12, 1930, Gandhiji launched Civil Disobedience Movement via Dandi March. 10 days before, he wrote a letter to Irwin, Lord Irwin, that I am going to do these things, I will carry on and I will do my stuff, and I will give you an itinerary. Itinerary, that is the word, right? I will tell you what exactly I am going to do. If you can stop me, stop me. And there he has talked about sedition and all those stuff. Sedition, section 124A, IPC, all these people. Gandhiji has been charged multiple charge, times on it. And that's why maybe he was a little bit too much infatuated with, sometimes you have been accused of a certain thing so many times that you just don't fear about it anymore. And that was the scenario which Gandhiji was going through at this particular point of time. So again, this thing has been covered by me in paid batches, not on YT, so I'm not taking credit for that. This question, again a straightforward question covered by us on YT. I will show you the source. Famous female figurine dance known as Dancing Girl found at Mohenjo-daro is made of bronze. Where we have covered it, let me show you the source. Bronze, C is the answer. Lecture 2, Chalcolithic and IVC. See this slide, and again you can go to lecture 2 on like our free classes and you can have a look at it. Bronze dancing girl. Which kind of dancing girl? Bronze dancing girl. And whenever I teach this, I always teach people certain mnemonics like CBI. Copper, bronze, iron. Remember the mnemonic. Copper, bronze, iron. Whenever I teach this, I teach people certain things. Brass, bronze. These are alloys. Remember, brass is copper plus zinc. Remember, bronze is, this is the PYQ, bronze is copper plus tin. Again, science and tech and history are merging here. So we have covered it. We have covered it in not paid classes, but on YT as well. Cool, sir. This question, who provided legal defense to the people arrested in the aftermath of Chauri Chaura incident? Again, a factual question. So I have not explicitly mentioned it, so I'm not taking any credit for this particular question. The answer is Madan Mohan Malviya and Krishna Kant. We have talked about Madan Mohan Malviya, sir. Mahamana, he is given the title. He is Bharat Ratna awardee, and lots of things are associated with Madan Mohan Malviya, sir. He played a crucial role in the establishment of BHU along with Annie Besant ma'am. And then what else is associated with Madan Mohan Malviya, sir? When Poona Pact happened, UPSC has asked questions on Poona Pact. Poona Pact happened, Gandhiji was in Yerwada jail. The representative of Gandhiji was Madan Mohan Malviya. And he signed on behalf of Gandhiji along with Ambedkar, sir. Poona Pact, which according to Ambedkar, sir, was his biggest mistake of his life. Now, this is the question. Upliftment of Harijan, where he made it, Gandhiji, who consistently opposed, decided to include upliftment of Swaraj, or Harijan rather, where? So the answer is Poona Pact. And this thing, again, I have discussed it in paid batches so many times. So many times. Poona Pact, September 1932. Why this particular thing happened? These are some snippets from the paid batches, what we have discussed. That first roundtable conference, second roundtable conference, third roundtable conference, Ambedkar sir attended all the three roundtable conferences. In the second roundtable conference, he asked for separate electorates because he felt like depressed classes are being, like they are very depressed, so to say. So we want separate electorate, just like it was introduced for Muslims in 1909 and extended for Anglo-Indians, Christians, etc. from in 1919 and so on and so forth. Gandhiji was like, no, I cannot allow separate electorates for depressed classes, that will divide Hinduism further, Hindus further, and then he went on to fast. Ramsay MacDonald, in the meantime, announced communal award. Gandhiji did not like it. He was fasting in Yerwada jail, fast unto death. And Ambedkar sir felt like this was a blackmail, emotional blackmail. See what is written here? Blackmail Divas. That means blackmail day. And I can show you the amount of discussion we had on Poona Pact. So many discussions, so many questions already asked by UPSC on Poona Pact. So this was a no-brainer that they asked this particular question here. This is one of the PYQs asked by UPSC earlier. If you know the answer, you can post it in the comment section. Okay, sir, joint electorate is the answer. So Poona Pact covered a lot. Anybody will be covering it. Any rational person should be covering it who is teaching history. For UPSC, this question: papaya, pineapple, guava, how many were introduced by Britishers in 17th century? Let me show you the source. And similar kind of questions, answer is all three: papaya, pineapple and guava. See, understand one thing. Lecture 26, we'll go to lecture 26. This is again complete crash course related to Portuguese. So what I was saying is, even earlier there was a question asked by UPSC related to New World and Old World. Which of the following crops were introduced from New World to Old World? And they have given different options. And then people were like, oh my god, now we have to read world history, then only we'll be able to solve these kind of questions, New World and Old World question. No, you don't have to read world history. There were options like wheat, cotton, etc. New World is Americas, North America, South America. Old World is Asia, Africa, Europe. These are old worlds, right? So in old world, in our region, in Indian subcontinent, in Mehergarh region, around Mehergarh, we used to grow wheat and cotton from around 4000, 5000, 6000 BCE. So wheat and cotton is already there in the old world. Why would we need it from new world? You just eliminate options which did not have wheat and cotton. You can get the answer. You will get the answer. Similarly, in lecture 26, we have talked about Portuguese, and there we have talked about, their failure, how they used to do conversion and forceful conversion, which is a debate even today. And then we talked about their impact, how they brought some crops, potato, ladyfinger, pineapple, which is one of the options. Guava is also there, groundnuts, cashews and almonds. So we have talked about it, options included it, but since this is only one, only two, only three, so it's a tricky question, agreed. But we have discussed about it in the free lecture. Now this question, easiest question. Again, anybody who teaches you socio-religious reform movement, they have taught you this particular, who was the founder of self-respect movement, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Now, let me show you where we have discussed this. So this is lecture 35 part 2 on YouTube, which is available to you. Self-respect movement. This is the slide. You can go to that lecture. You can read about it. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Again, that is not the point. Fine, we have covered it. Anybody should cover it when they talk about social religious reform movement. The point is you have to understand certain stuff. See, in North India, initially the division was something like this: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. According to Rig Vedic Samhita, there is a Purusha Shukta hymn of Rig Vedic Samhita. So North India was divided something like this. And during this period, like Sangam age in South India, Sangam age, the society was not divided vertically. They were divided horizontally based on the land on which you were living. Kurinji, Mulai, Marudam, Niyadal, Palai. So which category of land you used to live? Guava is not there exactly, but Guava is there. Guava was brought by Portuguese, if we are not wrong, Air Force. So yes, Kurinji, Mulai, Marudam, Niyadal, Palai. That's why I said that question is tough, because it includes only one, only two, only three. So those kind of questions are tough. But we had a discussion on that particular thing in the free lecture. So Kurinji, Mulai, Marudam, Niyadal, Palai. South India, horizontal division of society. Later on, even South India got divided into two parts: Brahmans and non-Brahmans. And the representation of Brahmans in administrative posts or in different domains, it increased, and that's what led to protest by non-Brahmans. That's what led to start of self-respect movement, justice movement. Even the current DMK and AIDMK party which you are seeing, they are in a way evolved from this self-respect and justice movement. Periyar, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. And which lecture? Lecture 35, Socio-Religious Reform Movement Part 2. So what we are also understanding is, and this is the slide, what we are also understanding is UPSC has asked questions from non-cooperation movement and socio-religious reform movements a lot. Even Mahajanapada and Mauryan lecture which we have done in the crash course, from there also direct questions have come. Cool. What else, Saran ma'am? That's it. I think paper is done, right? Now what happened? Some people, like today only, around 2 p.m., this is a guy who is working as an engineer. He gave EPFO interview and he is getting around, how much he is getting? 88 to 98. And he's asking me what should I do, this and that. And I was like, how many more marks do you need? Study. What according to you will be the cutoff? What do you think will be the cutoff? I personally feel this paper was tougher than the 2024 paper, and comparatively at the same level as 2023 or little easier than 2023. So I personally feel 80. If you are getting from any key more than 80 marks, please, sir and ma'am, prepare for UPSC mains. Don't waste your time searching for this key, that key, here and there. If you are getting 80 plus from any key, prepare for UPSC, like UPSC mains. This is another, like he's an intelligence officer who sent me this thing yesterday 6:24 p.m. and I cannot tell you where he works as an intelligence officer, but yes, his exam paper also went well. Hope he clears it. That, like the first guy, he will, like, I'm not saying no, everybody who has sent me all these testimonials, everybody will clear it, and you should clear it. Now the question is cutoff. What according to you will be the cutoff? So personally, I've told you, if you feel like anything, if you feel like cutoff will decrease or this and that, whatever are your views, you can post it in the comment section. I personally feel 80 plus from any key. Please, please, please prepare for your UPSC Mains 2025. Also, I will share this particular PDF on like my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shubh. You can join it, you can be a part of my Telegram family, and we will sail through this journey together. Also, if you're a serious UPSC 2026 aspirant, you are watching this particular video so that you can prepare for the next year in a better manner. You can join our May morning batch. And admissions are closing on 31st May 2025. Join at the earliest, and I'm also taking the orientation session from 28th. So if you join like early, you will meet me on 28th, 29th and 30th. You can use my code SHS Live to get maximum discount. This is P2I. Prelims to interview will be guiding you rather in this whole journey. And there will be a monthly quiz. If you top that quiz, you will get 11,000 reward. If you clear UPSC Pre 2026, we're talking about next year, then what will happen? We will initiate full refund. Not half, not 20%, not 30%, full refund of yours. And yeah, do join at the earliest and I will see you there. So that's it from me, sir and ma'am. I think I have given you all the sources and everything. The main point is, from wherever you are studying, trust your source. There will be 1 or 2 questions, 2-3 questions from outside. That will be from outside the syllabus for everyone. UPSC gives those bouncers, but more or less, when it comes to history, art and culture, even I was seeing other areas like BeamStack, some PYQs have been asked, and I have taken current affair classes also. We have talked about BeamStack and PYQs. So paper is tough. I'm not saying paper is very hunky-dory. It's very easy for me to sit in AC room and give all these verdicts. Paper is tough. All in all, paper is tough. History is comparatively better than it was in 2024 when the questions were lesser. This time, the questions are like medium to tough, you can say that. It's not easy. Yeah. So, Ashwini and other people, I will share this particular PDF in my Telegram channel. You can join it. And that's it from me, sir and ma'am. Take care. Be blessed. I will see you soon.